Hey, everybody, Off the Mike Sports Network here. I'm another edition of Off the Top Rope. One of the big developments from Monday Night Raw that I didn't really get a chance to talk about on Monday after the show was Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky has now been confirmed for WWE Evolution. I would expect that to be the main event. To me, that's just listen. I mean, I think there's rumors, and I know that it was taped, and I don't know where they're going with this, but it could be Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton at Evolution. Um, all due respect to Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus thrown together, at least with Rhea and Iyo, and this is what I'm going to get into, feels like a big deal. But a lot of people, and I talked about this, over the weekend. Rhea just gets a ton of disrespect in the fan base because everybody, like and a lot of people on the AEW side, or people who think that I just hate Mercedes Moné, think that I'm unnecessarily hard on Mercedes. Whereas Rhea kind of gets pushed somewhat similarly to Mercedes. She's always around the title picture. And she's kind of getting through, and we're doing the Rhea Hogan or the Becky Hogan. When somebody gets pushed too much, everybody gets mad and throws Hogan at the back end of it. And it frustrates me. My question is this: what was the better solution for Iyo Sky at Evolution? What was the solution? You guys tell me, like in the comments, tell me what was a better idea for Iyo Sky at Evolution. Because clearly the working plan was Liv Morgan was going to probably face Iyo at Night of Champions. She was going to probably lose, and she was going to go into a feud with Nikki Bella. Liv Morgan is obviously out for the rest of the year. Rhea and Iyo have been roaming around each other for a while now. They've got history. Obviously, Iyo beat Rhea for that championship 6 weeks before WrestleMania, won the triple threat match. We knew that this was always going to happen, that Rhea and Iyo was always the destination that they were going to get to. So now that it's official for Evolution, everybody's fucking mad. There's no bigger match in the women's division that you could really do right now than Iyo Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair's out. She may not even make Evolution. Like, all due respect to Trish Stratus, listen, they could have put Nikki Bella into that spot, but listen, y'all would have been mad about Nikki Bella getting a women's championship shot at Iyo Sky. So nobody was ever going to satisfy this. They've got 2 weeks to build this. This is one of the big faults that I have with WWE this year, is they have lumped their premium live events on a 2-week calendar. And it's a problem. It's not a good thing to have rotating 2-week or almost essentially bi-weekly, premium live events, because now it puts you in this situation. Excuse me. It puts you in this situation where you're going on rotating builds and you have to reset these things, because everybody was waiting for what was going to go on with Iyo. And I voiced it considerably on the internet. I was like, Iyo deserved a lot better than what she was getting. But the problem was you're not going to go to Stephanie Vicaire at this early stage, even though you could say, some people will say, well, Julia just won Julia won the United States Championship. And, Stephanie is going to at some point be somewhere. Roxanne Perez is getting thrust into a tag team with, some people were mad that, Asuka's not there. Listen, Asuka is a dream match. They don't want to force that right now. So if you're going to make Evolution as big as you possibly can, why not do this? Why not do Rhea and Iyo? Some people are under the impression that Iyo is going to get done dirty. I am not even remotely convinced that that's going to happen. This is a coin flip. The easy way to get out of this is they will have Iyo lose to Rhea, because Rhea gets her crowning moment. Iyo could win, and then this could lead to more character development for Rhea. Now, if Rhea wins, that leads to a pathway with Roxanne Perez. I think Roxanne Perez is probably going to be made into the next real big thing on Raw, because clearly I think the easy storyline to tell here in the long game is to have Roxanne Perez ultimately hold the women's world title. And when Liv Morgan comes back, Liv Morgan can probably win the Royal Rumble, and that could be one of your matches, one of your women's championship matches for WrestleMania 42. That's an easy story to tell. So I don't see any problem with this. I don't think this is over pushing. Rhea is such a big fucking deal that she's gonna be around. And the other thing is there's unfinished business here. This was going to happen. Like, guys, this was going to happen. Ever since WrestleMania happened, this was going to the booking, how we got here, is what should really be the issue. Not the Rhea Ripley component of this. Rhea is as big of a star, male or female, in WWE. She and all you people saying that she's hogging the spot, she dropped the fucking championship like 2 months after winning it. Like, she's a star. And yeah, would I have liked for Iyo's title run to this point to be booked better? Sure. But I don't know what you guys expected from WWE going into Evolution. This is the biggest women's match that they can do right now. They're not doing Stephanie Vaquera and Iyo. Stephanie literally got to the main roster a month ago. They are not going to throw that, even though Stephanie's got as much equity as anybody. You have to put some of your biggest matches possible. And Iyo and Rhea is about as big as it gets in this women's division as you could possibly have. Now, if you want to compare this to Iyo and Rhea versus Mercedes and Tony, that's a very subjective, discussion. Like, I'm looking forward to both of these matches. Both of them are not going to be really built incredibly well because, I mean, in WWE's case, they only got 2 weeks to really build this. Mercedes and Tony, I do not doubt it. It's going to be an incredible wrestling match. So, and it's the first time ever. So I think Mercedes and Tony is going to have a little bit more buzz into it just because of who the names are. And it's the first time that they've ever done this. At least on this level. Like, I don't know if they ever did it in WWE. I can't remember, but I just don't see the negativity towards Rhea Ripley. I just don't get it. This is as big of a star as you're going to have, male or female. Biggest star. And yeah, the way that she was booked in her first women's title run, more about Dominic, and then, the Liv Morgan stuff. But guys, she was away from the title for almost a calendar year, for basically about 8-9 months, because she obviously had to relinquish the title because of that injury. Liv held the title for the rest of the year. She didn't win it until January. And then 2 months into this thing, on a random Raw, she just drops it. And it led to a really compelling WrestleMania match between Iyo Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Rhea is going to be around the title. She is a big fucking deal, everybody. So I don't know what you expected WWE to do. The booking for itself was questionable, but this is the biggest women's match that they could do in WWE right now. This is absolutely something that was going to happen. Everybody who was dreading it, everybody who was thinking that it shouldn't happen, and you're trying to convince yourself of all the other options that could have happened, guys, come on. In terms of, like, the rematch and obviously the built-in story that they already had, even though they're not, which is why they're doing this for a short-term situation and, being a big match at Evolution. This was the right way to go. All right. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.